Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to hopefully fix a remote. This is a GM remote. This seems to be a problem with many GM remotes. The buttons just no longer function, the ones that usually you use the most. The horn button still works, and the trunk button, but not the open and close. So here's a little tutorial on what I did, with things that you can buy at your local auto parts store. There are kits that you can buy online which replaces the whole rubber, the silicone rubber layout like that. And there's other kits that you can actually apply inside. But if you don't want to wait in the mail for it, here's a quick fix. So here we go. You might need a thin screwdriver to pry it open. You want to carefully lift it around because some of the plastic pieces in here are brittle. And this does have a brand new battery, but still doesn't work. Anyways, let's what seems to happen is there's some kind of conductive material that's on the back of these buttons, so when you press them down, that activates the button. Well, for some reason these GM controllers, that material gets worn off and either gets dirty or gets worn off. So here's something you might want to try first. I get some rubbing alcohol. And clean the little circuit board, clean all the contacts. Sometimes these get full of dust and prevents from making correct contact. As you can see, they're slightly dirty. Let's kind of go over them again. Kind of dry it off. Another thing you might want to clean is the buttons also. Give them a good scrubbing. And dry them off. You could put back your remote and see if that works. In my case, it did not work. So, a friend of mine suggested I find some conductive material. Well, at the auto parts store they sell this, what it is, it's a rear window defrogger repair kit. It cost me around 10 bucks. What it is on the rear window of some vehicles you have your defroster lines, and some of them I guess get broken. So this is a conductive paint which you can use to reconnect the stripes. So we're going to be using this as our conductive paint for the back of the buttons. Anyways, you get a little vial of paint like this. It comes with a paintbrush. What I do is shake it up really good. The problem with just applying the paint to these buttons, I already tried, is the paint seems to adhere somewhat okay. I don't know if in time, the paint might wear off, but it's really easy to scrape the paint off after it was applied. So what I'm going to do is actually put super glue on here first, and then the paint has a better, a rougher surface to adhere to. So what I went ahead and did is you can use fingernail file And you'll have to be careful with this because there's like a thin membrane around the button and you don't want to sand that. So try to use your finger to push the button out. And what I did is just go ahead and lightly sand the back of the buttons. Now you'll see some it's almost like black paint on it. You might probably sand all that off. Anyways, go ahead and do that with all the buttons. But be careful again with the membrane around the buttons. It does get it is really thin and it's easy to to rip it. So go ahead and do this with all your buttons. I kind of sand it at different angles. You'll kind of feel how much pressure you need to apply to them. And there we go. What I'll then do is I'll go ahead and use rubbing alcohol again and clean all the filing dust off of it. You might have to do this a couple of times. Okay, you may need to, if you have some alcohol still in the little ridges, you might need to let that dry up. And what I'm going to use is crazy glue. It seems to stick to rubber somewhat okay. Now what you want to do is very lightly, like in a circular motion, you'll see the glue come out. Now you want to be careful not to put too much of it because you'll create a bubble on the button. And you want to keep the surface as flat as possible. Otherwise it's not going to make contact on the button. Now go over all of them, just very lightly, add a thin layer of glue. Now if you get a little too much glue on one of the buttons, what you can go ahead and do is get like a piece of paper towel and just lightly dab the button. That way you don't have a protruding piece of glue that's just sticking out, because then it's not going to make good contact on the little circuit board. So anyways, you'll go ahead and let it dry. I say about 15 minutes. I went ahead and did a second coat. Again, very lightly. You'll go over all the buttons and just need a very, very thin layer. Anyways, I have another controller which I actually prepared earlier. You know, the glue's going to have to dry for a while, On this one I actually added about, well, it's 2 coats of glue. And you'll actually be able to feel the surface. It has kind of a somewhat rough surface, slightly hard, and that's what you want. We're going to go ahead and use that conductive paint. Make sure you shake it up really good. It is pretty watery. I've used the paintbrush that it comes with, but it gets to clean it. It's a real pain. So I'm just going to use some Q-tips. I'll go ahead. Just broke the Q-tip, and what I do is try to flatten it as much as you can. Just push it down like on a table. Here we go. And you'll just lightly dab around the buttons. Just very thin coat that you want to put on here. And there you go, that's the paint. All the super glue does is the paint will actually adhere to the super glue, giving it a better bond. If you apply it directly to the buttons, like I said, they'll I think they eventually fall off. The rubber on the back is like really smooth, so just kind of you can go with your fingernail and peel it off. I've done another remote like this and used the super glue underneath, and you can go over it with your fingernail, and it's really tough to like peel off. So you'll let this dry for, I say, about 15-20 minutes. If you have any missing spots on the back of the buttons, I'd go ahead and give it a second recoat. But you'll go ahead and reassemble your controller, and that should work. This is a GM remote. I'm sure it works with other brands of remotes. Probably works on television remotes that use the same type of buttons, which have some kind of conductive material in the back. So anyways, that's a short little video on how you can repair your own remote. If you don't want to order anything online, you want to do it yourself right away. And thanks for watching.